Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Rex Soprano in the building. DOAGH. I'd like to welcome y'all to this TGS 2010 wrap-up edition. I figured since the E3 wrap-up edition had my face, you'd rather watch me play Super Dragon Ball Z. So, here it is. All I really gotta say about Super Dragon Ball Z, great game. Should have came out 2 years later. If this game would have came out 2 years later, the game would probably have a community behind it. The fan base would be a little more adapted, more mature to actually catch on to it. Versus, it's not Tenkaichi and I can't press 2 buttons to do a super type of mentality. To all of you, thanks a lot for screwing me out of a sequel of some crack. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Enough about that. TGS 2010. Wow. Let's go ahead. I got a list and I'm just going to run it down. Didn't hear anything about King of Fighters 13. Not a hint of a console release whatsoever. But I honestly feel that's SNK, trying to play it to the hill. After what happened with King of Fighters 12, honestly, that's SNK's best, just to see what it's going to do in the arcades. And it's doing mad good. So, I don't see why SNK wouldn't go the console route, but they just ain't trying to just repeat past mistakes, so I can forgive them for that. I cannot, however, forgive Sega for the continued trolls about Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. Is that fans have signed petitions. People got people on the inside in Sega of Japan, but ain't nobody hearing it. I really think Final Showdown is really similar to what the King of Fighters 13 is, as far as them not wanting to cannibalize their arcade money. To be like, oh, well, wow, we're just gonna go straight to a console after we done released the arcade game 2 weeks ago. So I kind of see that from a business point, but what I don't think Sega understands is that, as far as I know right now, there isn't an arcade in America with Final Showdown in it. So is that we still, as Americans, are still being left behind by our Japanese counterparts. So it's like playing Virtua Fighter 5 on the 360 ain't gonna cut it anymore because we way behind the game. So you take that for what it is. It's a shame that that's the way it is, but that's just how you gotta take it though. Hopefully, Sega rectifies their mistake, but until then, all we can do is be patient and wait. Of course, man, the big surprise of TGS as far as I'm concerned, Tekken Tag 2 came out of nowhere. Also, knowing in the fact that that's going to be the lead-in for the cross games, it has me really excited. It has me really excited for the simple fact that it's Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which in my view is the best Tekken ever. And then right after that is Tekken 2, so, you take that for what it is. Is that I'm really interested to see on how the gameplay is going to be with a tag button and the bound system together. That is going to be insanity. I don't know how it's going to be or how it's going to get done, but it is going to be insane. I'm like, from what I've heard, it's going to be all the major returning characters. So, I don't know if we gonna see Dr. B. Gon more likely is definitely out. I have no idea. I should tweet Harada and ask her, what are they gonna do about combat? That's going to be an interesting dynamic. And that's about it about Tekken Tag. Like I say, I can't contain my excitement. I did my little freak out. I'm like, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, what? I busted Hannah Montana. Like, huh? So, I don't know. Tekken Tag 2 is going to be that crack. The only thing I got hope for now that's a possibility, Tekken Tag Tournament, the arcade version with PS2 stuff on Xbox Live and PSN with online. I know Namco can do that. It ain't probably that hard. So we'll see how they pull it off and see what pop off from that. Of course, we got that Marvel baby, X23. Finally, the Marvel side is no longer a sausage fest, thank God. And we get X23. X23 is going to be off the chain. She put me in the mind of Cammy a lot, so you know I really think people who play Cammy in the Versus series aren't gonna feel left out if she's ultimately not in the game. So you know I really feel X23 is gonna be a beast. I mixed X-Men Evolution because that game that was a show that got canceled way too soon. That show had another season or two in it, but you know it was just that they don't make cartoons like they used to, so you know. It's all understandable, and I can always watch it on YouTube if I want to. And I think it's gonna come on Disney XD too. But oh, and on top of that, I love her theme, by the way. I need to go holler at somebody. I need to go to Capcom Community and see if somebody can rip that theme for me. You know, I should just go put that in the suggestion box. I should do that. And you know what? I will do that. Of course. I gotta shout out Miss Tron. Served by 627 is in the building, ready to go right now. I'm real excited to see Tron in the game. She pretty much just looked like she pretty much seemed like Marvel 2 Fire with just some adjusted normals and just being quicker overall just due to the battle system. So you know it's gonna be real interesting, you know, to see her in action. So you know I can't wait on that. So we just gonna see how that's gonna pop off. Spider-Man. Oh yeah, Spider-Man. I'm like that Maximum Spider looking mad sexy. Marvel, good job, by the way, on getting Josh Keaton to voice Spider-Man. That was a real good idea. Now, if Capcom, you can get D. Bradley Baker to voice Beautiful Joe and follow suit with that, I'd appreciate that very much. Maybe while I'm over at the suggestion box in Capcom Community, I should put that in there too. Of course, before I get off onto my next subject, of course, Mr. Complete Global Saturation himself, Albert Wesker. Now, I will agree with some things that I've read that he does put me in the mind of Nightcrawler if he was in a Versus series. I'm like, Wesker and Dormammu are two characters you are definitely going to have to watch out for because they look like they're going to be off the chain no matter what you do. So, but we'll see how that pop off. But Wesker look mad beastly, so I just can't wait for that. I cannot at all. Of course we gotta get into that Super Street Fighter 4, nah I mean. I'm like, shout out to Jury's boobs. Shout out to Jury's boobs, you know what I'm saying? We love you. All your fans, we love your boobs, Jury, thank you. Now, let's get on to the serious.
Round 2.
Johnny Yang. Now, Young looking good, you know what I'm saying? I really think it was a great business decision for his Genai Jin to be his super and not be something as a comeback mechanic, because Genai Jin is one of the most deadliest moves in all of history because of what people can do with Genai Jin if used correctly. So I think it was a good look that Genai Jin is his super and not an ultra of any kind, because it wouldn't be nothing more than the Feng Shui engine but more deadlier. So I really think, man, young players from 3rd strike to 4 are not gonna really have a tough time converting, but you're gonna have to switch your style up. That's all I really gotta say to all my young players. That if you coming from 3rd strike, to 4, you gotta switch your style up. But it's like, man, I'm like, man, the Street Fighter crowd, man, is a creative bunch, so you never know what'll come from ultimately people getting their hands in the lab with Young. Yang, however, Yang looks like a beast. I'm calling it now. Yang is new Dudley. I'm for real. Yang is new Dudley. Cause I'm like, when everybody was talking about Dudley and Justin Wong did that video for game trailers about how beastly Dudley was, you had a whole bunch of people claiming Dudley bandwagon. I think Yang is going to be similar, where he's gonna have a whole bunch of people dropping mains to get with him. So with that, I don't know, but we'll soon see. We'll soon see how that pop off. But like I said, from what I've seen from Yang, from seeing his Ultra videos and seeing the Enter Young and Yang trailer, which I upped, Yang looking nasty. So I'm just like putting out the watch for that. Watch out for that dude. What else? What else did I see? Oh yeah, Kamen Rider Climax Hero O's. I got a lot of questions about why did I upload that. Let me answer that for you. I'm a huge Tokusatsu fan. I'm a huge Super Sentai fan. I am a giant Power Ranger fan, and I'm not scared to admit that to anyone. So that is the case with that. As far as Climax Hero O's go, it's gonna be way better than Climax Heroes or Climax Heroes Double. I can guarantee you that. I'm like, the way the gameplay look, everything looking mad sexy right now. I'm like all the characters from the Dragon Knight game that came out over here in the States are going to be in it, because it's a real good thing that Aiden decided that they not gonna waste assets for no reason, so that's gonna be good. And we still don't have a fully confirmed roster for that yet, so anything is possible to December 2nd. Anything is possible until we get the game and they start releasing passwords and things like that. I'm overhyped for that. So, like I say, be expecting a lot of coverage for Climax Hero O's until it's released. And hopefully, maybe I can get one or two of y'all to go actually watch the Tokusatsu show, because it wouldn't hurt. Now, my last bit of TGS stuff, Gundam Musou 3, or as a lot of you know it, as the Dynasty Warriors Gundam series. Now, I'm like this. I like what I'm seeing from that. It looked like it's going to be a great successor to Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1 and 2, because again, I don't know, because I haven't, reviewed the Dynasty Warriors games, and done a diary on them, but I just give you a sneak peek about what will happen if I were to review them. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1 was the crack for one reason, was because the original mode was just a giant fan wank. It was just crossover heaven. I'm like, when you are in a situation, you have Tomokachi, Miliato Peacecraft, and Puru 2, all in the same thing, with LPO Puru, and they all talking about erupting, burning fingers.
Here's a bonus.
Yes! That was like the ultimate for me. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2, however, completely ignored this. Completely ignored the crossover stuff, and it was just that do mission based on this show, and it was just boring as hell. And it was a better game. It's just that I didn't appreciate that, the original mode didn't have anything fun about it. Hopefully, man, seeing Uso Elvin getting confirmed and Seabook Arno, both of them in the Victory and the F91, it's going to be off the chain, and I can't wait for that. So, I'm finna go ahead and I'm going to wrap this part of the video up. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to wrap this part of the video up, and I'll see you guys in a minute, man. Peace.